Hello, this is Raven,
I'm Taylar.
and this is the Laundry Room Podcast. Thank you so much for joining us today.
Here we are. We finally did it.
Finally did it.
After months and months of planning
I
and
feel like it's
figuring
been,
out.
I would say almost a year of talking about this and,
And then,
slowly getting the ball rolling.
yeah.
And,
I think it took me, breaking my leg for us to actually get serious about,
Yeah.
planning and getting it ready.
Because that was when I really started spending more time with you.
Yeah.
I really,
Yeah.
I started coming over almost every fucking day.
Yeah.
We were talking about
The
everything. And that's
sweetest
when we
pea
really started,
ever.
oh, whatever.
I love you so much.
I mean, it was honestly, I would have done it anyways, but Chase came to me really early on and was like, "Hey, Taylor's fucking
I was
trapped in that
very
house.
unwell.
Trapped in
Yeah.
that house. She needs some company. Can you go help her out?" And even then, I hesitated at first because I didn't
We weren't that close yet. Yeah. I mean, we always had a good time when we would hang out and we would be
absolutely.
the main ones talking to each other, but there was almost nervous but excited to
Yes.
have a new friend, and
And actually
I don't
having
know.
somebody that lives so close and
Yeah, seriously, all the way the hell out here to you. It's so helpful.
Nowhere, absolutely. But yeah. So
So today I think we should talk about all these crazy facts that we've learned to mess with everybody's perception of time. I think we learn these things growing up and in adulthood, and they feel so far out of the way, that
Yes.
they happened
Mhm.
so much longer ago than we
Mhm.
actually realized. So when we were researching and looking at all this, we were like, what is going on?
Literally. I still, this is completely altered the way I look at a lot of things. And I really,
They're still kind of hard to wrap our heads around,
I'm
too.
trying to pay attention a lot more to when things actually took place in history
Yeah.
and not just, I guess, lump it all into history.
Exactly,
The
exactly. Well, I think too, especially being in this digital age, it's so much easier for us to not be ignorant about these kinds of things. So it's just kind of crazy, relearning
Yeah.
and learning new things.
Absolutely.
So with that, do you want to start or you want me to?
I guess I can go first.
Go ahead, Queen.
We'll start it off with just the first fact that I saw, and I think this was what was it that kind of gave us this idea to do this topic? Because I thought it was you that's
So I think it was in our list of episode ideas,
I think that's what it
and
was,
we
and it
just
was
kind
the
of
first fact
picked a
we
random
found that
one.
was whoa, this
Yeah,
is actually way
because I
trippier
think
than I
we
thought it was.
started separately researching together, obviously, researching different things that were on the list, and then
Yes.
the more facts that
We
it was
started,
just 10 times easier to
Yep.
find these
Yep.
facts, whereas the other ones that we were thinking about doing as a potential first
Well, you
episode
were
were,
already researching Marilyn Monroe. How
yeah,
was that going?
I'm not well.
No, well,
Not
I can help
well.
because she's my
That
fucking
poor
idol. So,
girl. She went through a
oh,
lot.
I can only.
That's
Imagine.
gonna be
I
a
can only.
crazy in-depth
That's gonna
episode,
be an
so
emotional episode for sure.
that's gonna
That
be a
one,
rough one. We're gonna save that for a while, cause
yeah, that one might be like a
well, and especially
one
with
for.
the new docu series that came out on Netflix about her.
I didn't know
Very
they had a new
good.
one.
We'll have to watch it together.
I just canceled my Netflix. That was the funniest thing. I canceled my Netflix when they did the whole password sharing bullshit.
Yeah.
And the same day they released an article saying oh, but our subscriptions have doubled because of this. But they completely neglected any of the statistics of how many people canceled their fucking subscriptions at the same time.
Absolutely.
It's
Absolutely.
so stupid.
I think we were just kind of we'll fuck around and find out.
Well, is it your account or are you using?
It's our account. But what we do is we always take turns paying it. So somebody will pay it for a year, and then whoever we share the account with, they pay it for a year.
That's a cool setup.
Yeah, that way. So it's
I
all
just don't get
even.
it.
It's
They're
all
still
fair.
getting their fucking money, and it's so overpriced now. I don't. Whatever.
Big
Whatever.
corporations.
Yeah.
Gotta love it.
Speaking of corporations, perfect transition.
A segue.
Coca-Cola is only 25 years younger than the entire, well, not the entire country of Italy, because it existed for a long time, but it was only unified in 1861, whereas Coke was developed and, I guess, patented and debuted in 1885 to 1886.
Wow.
So just about 25 years later.
Well, I never thought, like, of course, like, you read the cans and you're like, oh, wow, they've been a company
I never
for...
pay attention to the dates on cans.
Like, every once in a while when it's like, my phone is dead, you go back to, like, the 90s thing where you, like, start reading labels and shit.
Shampoo bottles. Shampoo bottle. The same
But
one
you
I've
never
already
think
read.
that, like, Coca-Cola's that old.
No.
Especially because Dr. Pepper was the very first soda, so it's like,
What
how old
what's
is
the
Dr.
date
Pepper?
It's a
We'll have to do a part 2.
yeah. I'm gonna have to look at it because I know there's a card game we used to play called Dr. Pepper, and it's like the numbers that are on the side of a Dr. Pepper can are the wild cards. There's like
that's
fucking
crazy.
6 different wild cards. It's stupid.
That's funny. I
But
love that.
you really, like, you don't think Coca-Cola's that old. You definitely don't think it's old enough where you would picture Van Gogh drinking a motherfucking Coke.
That's
But he
right.
technically could have drank a Coke.
How long?
He died... Coca-Cola was actually released 5 years before his death.
Yeah, so he totally could have had a Coke.
He died... So he died in 1892 or something?
Okay.
So that's not that...
Oh, wow!
In the 1800s. I wouldn't picture Van Gogh in the 1800s.
No, because you think it's like...
In Italy.
Yeah, what the fuck?
I highly doubt it was in Italy by then. It was probably still like a states-only kind of drink.
I don't know.
I don't even know who fucking sells Coca-Cola.
Yeah, that would have to be a deep dive.
We're gonna have a whole episode about fucking nasty-ass sodas. Whatever.
Right.
Whatever.
All right, well, so John Tyler, our 10th president. I didn't know that was even his name, let alone that he was our 10th president prior to that. But
baller, right?
You know what?
Hey, you gotta do something right to become president.
Hey, you have to. But he was born in 1790. Okay? He has a living grandson today. As of April 2023, for sure. His grandson, born in 1928, Harrison Ruffin Taylar. Can we all clap for that name? Ruffin. Sick. Is currently 94 and still resides in Virginia.
94. And he could probably go for a good couple more years.
Yeah, depending on his health and everything.
Was like 98 when she passed.
Yeah.
And I had so much fun talking to her about random shit. I would love to, and that's so that's his son's son or his daughter's son?
It's his grandson, yep.
Isn't
that crazy?
One generation removed from the 10th president, still alive.
Still alive.
So does that guy not have any kids?
I have no. I didn't look any further into it. I was kind of like, live your life, buddy.
I guess there probably is, but then it kind of loses its pizzazz when it's like, he also has a great grandson.
And he is 3.
And he is 3.5. Yeah.
Yeah, I was just kind of like, I'll leave you alone. Like, you've lived your life. Like, you deserve some peace.
Enough. I don't know if I don't think I want to live for 94 years unless I'm able to become a cyborg.
That's fair. That would be sick.
I already say, if anybody was to come to my door and be like, we will replace a large majority of your body with robotic parts, I'd be like, okay.
Let's go.
Let's go.
Send
What's my
it.
possibility of survival? 50-50? Good, let's do it.
Taylar, watch my cats.
Taylar, babysit my kitties. Oh.
I'm on my way.
Now I can't ever do anything because I can't leave my fucking cats.
Oh, you'll be fine. They'll be fine. I'm happy to babysit.
So cute when I just went home to grab my book. It almost made it hard to leave.
Her babies.
Oh my god! Did you see that post I made the other night of Zelda's nap?
I went to go react to it, I think, and my news feed refreshed. Gotta love it.
Oh my god! Her
and then I forgot
face.
about it. She's so cute.
She. I don't know why, but I've noticed a lot with black kitties that they sleep with their tongues out.
Really?
Yeah. I don't know if it's maybe their tongue's just too big for their head or something, but she'll always wake up from a nap and it'll just be.
She's just quirky like that.
Well, obviously, she is her mommy's baby.
Right.
All right. Well, another one kind of staying in the olden days. Obviously, Salvador Dali was still alive when "Bad" by Michael Jackson was released.
Do you think he was an MJ fan?
I've always wondered about that, actually.
He's just like laying there and he's like, play me
On
today's
his deathbed,
hits.
like, this is a fucking
because
jammer.
I'm bad. You know.
I don't know. I was never a big Michael Jackson fan growing up.
Really? I loved Michael.
When I was a kid, it was around his, like, what's that song called? The one where it doesn't matter if you're black or white.
I think it was Black and White.
Oh. I thought it had a...
I can't remember for sure. Don't quote me on that, but...
Right. But yeah, no, I remember them playing that on the TV a lot. And I was just like, it's good. I get it. I like it. But I just didn't like his voice, I guess.
It's
I
fair.
don't know.
It's not for everybody.
But I totally understand his musical talents.
Yeah.
And, like, Billie Jean, that's a really good fucking song.
Banger.
That's a really good song.
Fucking banger.
I feel bad for him. He had a fucked up childhood, that's for sure.
He went through a lot, for sure.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
But anyways, Michael Jackson released "Bad" in... Where was I? Oh no, Dolly didn't pass until January 23rd, 1989, which is actually 4 months before I was born.
Oh my god. You old bitch.
Oh.
I'm totally kidding.
No, like legit, what did I see that fucking meme where the dude's like, yeah, I told the kid I was born in like 1989, and he was like, oh, so the late 1900s? And I'm like,
right? Or it's like when they ask you if TVs were still in black and white. Leona asks me that all the time. I'm like, do you realize how many movies that you've seen that came out before I was even born that were in color?
Yeah. Like,
how old do you think I am?
People...
It's insane.
These kids are ridiculous.
Yeah.
Kids are ridiculous.
Gen A.
Assholes.
That's crazy, though.
Right?
That's not that long ago. And you don't think of, again, like we were saying about Van Gogh, Salvador Dali being alive anywhere near when
Michael Jackson was alive. Like, I didn't even picture them in the same time period.
At all.
But then again, I really didn't know much about Salvador Dali.
Yeah.
With most artists, they only get famous after they pass.
Yeah.
Well, I guess, or was he famous before he passed?
I can't recall. I feel like 9 times out of 10.
He was probably still famous before he passed, because if he passed in 1989, like...
It's just crazy to think about.
I don't know.
You wouldn't think that he was alive this soon. Like, that's not long ago, obviously.
Not the same year I was born. I thought he died way before I was even born. Like...
Yeah. That's wild.
It hurts my head.
Okay. So Marilyn Monroe and Queen Elizabeth were both born in 1929. So that means that they were both 30 years old when they met at the royal film premiere of The Battle of the River Plate in London, October 26th, 1956. And I showed you that picture of it.
Yes.
Iconic.
Absolutely iconic.
Crazy.
The Queen, I still, like, besides, I guess...
It's hard to think about her being
that young.
30.
I only ever picture her as the little old lady that, like,
just sits there and smiles and has her cute little corgis.
Oh, the kind of shit they did to fucking Princess Diana and...
Oh, I can't wait to talk about that one.
Oh, are we gonna do an episode
on
her? Oh! Did I live there? I lived in England when she died.
Really?
We went to the Royal Palace the day
to pay respects.
It was, dude,
crazy.
The streets were full of people. There was a wall of flowers.
Well, and I think that tells you so much about how
she was loved.
Exactly.
Loved. And she was about to say some shit about the royal family, and they didn't like that.
She even
allegedly.
She even sent letter, I think it was to her sister, saying that like they're planning an accident, and if I die,
it's because of this.
Yeah, they did it. Like
they're not fucking subtle about it.
It's
at
crazy.
All.
Allegedly.
Well, they're assholes. That's all I know. I think the whole monarchy needs to be done away with. I think it's 2023. I don't think we need kings and queens anymore. But what do I know?
It means very little in the grand scheme of things. We're all human beings. We're all here for the same reason.
Yep.
To live, survive, and then die.
Unfortunately.
Inflation. What do you got for me?
Well, this one's actually legit crazy. The inauguration of the Eiffel Tower, the completion of Starry Night, and the founding of Nintendo all happened in 1889.
Blows my mind.
Years before I was born.
Yeah.
Nintendo was founded. And this, keep in mind, this all took place at the same time Jack the Ripper was still out there fucking murdering people. He was actively murdering women in the streets of London.
Every time you tell me this, it's still like you have to sit there and like the wheels are turning, but the hamster's dead kind of situation because you're like, what the fuck?
Fucking heart attacked out and he's just like stuck in the wheel.
Yeah, it's insane.
It blows my mind because like the Nintendo part blows my mind because I didn't even think that they were that old.
Yeah,
they were just a trading card company.
That's what you were saying.
In Kyoto at the very beginning, but then I think they got their really big start with like the Pokemon trading card game, and then that turned into the Pokemon video game, and then their company just kind of went crazy from there. But I could even be wrong about that because they also have the whole Mario franchise and everything.
Like everything, yeah.
They created video gaming, honestly.
That's crazy.
But just to think that they've been around for 134 years.
Yeah.
It's fucking
That's
nuts.
wild. Because you would think like maybe the like 50s or 60s, like 1950, 1960, when like arcades were finally coming around and everything like that. Yeah. Like,
oh no. Especially like Kyoto and Akihabara, like those were like the cultural like hubs of the world. Like, yeah, they were so far ahead at the time, and now they're really not. But
I think right now we're all pretty much all like level playing
feel like the
field.
whole world's kind of gotten to a point. Well, for the most part, we're all kind of technologically on the same
wavelength.
Level.
Yeah, except for like NASA and stuff. But we don't want to know.
We don't even know what they got.
Let me think. Sorry, lost my place. Fine. Okay, actually, the woolly mammoths were alive when the pyramids were being built. So in about 2660 BCE, but they only existed on the Wrangel Island off the coast of Siberia. And this is kind of like a twofer fact for you. Today's oldest tree, the bristlecone pine, what a name, was already 1,000 years old when the last woolly mammoth died, 3,700 years ago. Most had already died 10,000 years prior to that.
Those are just such massive time scales. I think that's why it's so hard to...
Or wait, let me correct myself. 10,000 years to us now. So, those woolly mammoths lasted another like 6,000 some years. Give or take. 7, maybe. Isn't that crazy? They hung on.
On that tiny little island for that long?
Tiny little island.
How do they...
I know they're like little islands off like the Arctic coast, and that's where they all like resided, but like...
That sucks.
Isn't that crazy though? They were around during the pyramids being built.
That's the one thing, the pyramids in general, like, I actually have a good one about that. That ties in pretty well, actually, because it's something that you wouldn't... Motherfucker. Something you wouldn't... Still makes me laugh.
You're so cute. I can't even handle it.
The Great Pyramids were older to the Romans than the Romans are to us now. So the pyramids existed for roughly 2,500 years before the Romans really started to come into their power. So by the time, like, Julius Caesar was assassinated and Mark Antony was going to, Egypt and doing all the shit he was doing with Cleopatra, like, those were already ruins to them.
That's insane.
Okay, actually,
Oh,
little side topic.
shit popping.
I'm sorry. Do I say ruins weird?
Say it again.
Ruins?
Well, you accentuate the R real fucking hard.
Because I'm doing it to be facetious now. Because I was literally playing a game with my friend the other night, and I said runes. Ruins.
That was weird. Did you say rune or ruin?
I don't know. I think I'm saying ruin. But unless I put a really big emphasis on the "un,"
do it again.
Ruin.
Okay,
Ruin.
see, no.
But then if I'm saying it fast and I'm like, let's go to the ruins.
It sounds like, yeah. You're gonna have to work on that.
She was giving me so much shit, and I was like, what the fuck ever? I said ruins, and she's like, no, now you're saying ruins. And I was like, I said ruins before, and she's like, no, you said ruins. I was like...
So I think that let this be a lesson to you to slow down.
Or just stop talking to that bitch. I love you, Dakota.
Oh. Name drop. That's so funny, though. That's funny that she gave you so much shit.
Oh, she always gives me shit. We play video games together all the time, and she gives me shit constantly.
Yeah. Wow. Do you want to do a second one, since that was kind of like a piggyback off of...
Oh, yeah, true.
Yeah.
Because, I can go back to the...
Go off, queen.
I can go back to the one that really... who made paper so fucking slippery? This one cracks me up. Because I just picture it. It's the fact that I can, picture this in your head. There's a 22-year window that a samurai could have faxed Abraham Lincoln.
You already know that Abe would send something silly. Just like a top hat or something.
I was gonna say,
I live in a log cabin,
they
LOL.
They weren't sending dick pics back then, so what would be something funny that Abe Lincoln would send? But I could see it being like a butt with a top hat.
Oh, nice. Or I live in a log cabin and it's like a piece of poop.
Or vice versa. What would a samurai send to Abe Lincoln?
A sword.
Sword? I don't think you can fax a sword.
No, just like a...
image of the sword?
Yeah. He just draws it on a piece of paper and he's
crazy.
like...
I wouldn't picture Abraham Lincoln and samurais in the same time.
Yeah.
But then again, I guess it makes sense because, even as historically inaccurate as it is, The Last Samurai with Tom Cruise, that technically takes place during, Civil War, era or whatever. But in Japan, where they were still samurai, it was just on the cusp of when they became abolished. Because that's the funny, or not the funny, but here's the details. Samurai were abolished in 1867, which I feel like that was all just a Western influence or something.
Yeah, probably. They're like, we got to get with the times, boys.
The emperor or whatever. The first printing telegraph was invented in 1843, which I actually have a really funny fact that ties into that. About 5 days before Alexander, what was his name? Payne? Just something cool. Something super dope. Where'd he go? Where is he?
Where's he at?
Where are you at? Oh, yeah. Alexander Payne filed his patent for the printing telegraph 5 days before 1,000 pioneers set off on the Oregon Trail for the first time. The original Oregon Trail, that shitty game we got fucking forced to play all the time in elementary school.
They never made us do that.
Really?
Yeah, I don't think so.
It was so hard, dude. You died of dysentery every 5 minutes.
I believe it. That was a rough time. You had to be a bad motherfucker.
You died of dysentery. It didn't fucking matter.
You had to be a badass to survive that time period.
I've always, like, that's one of my favorite things to do is
I'm
to,
tapping out.
Absolutely
not.
You're not doing it? Why not?
I can't. I already
Like,
know.
imagine.
If I didn't know, like, this is living now.
Oh, absolutely. And you thought,
Probably,
that
like,
was...
if I had no choice, but...
Yeah, oh no. After not having hot water for 5 days, I don't think I want
She
the
was in
world to...
shambles.
I used to literally dream of of a nuclear apocalypse or a zombie apocalypse, or just like the end of the world, because, like, fuck it, that'll be fun. Yeah, no, I'll die after 3 days if I don't fucking have hot water. I
Yeah.
can't.
The luxuries of today's...
That's why I always, like, I tell people straight up, if a solar flare or anything ever wiped out technology, like, people will be fucking murdering each other in the streets.
Yeah.
And everybody's like, no, I think they'd learn how to live again. Yeah, after they murdered each other in the
after we
streets.
go through an
You know,
apocalypse
100
at our
years
own
of people
hands.
murdering each other because they can't fucking post to Instagram anymore.
Shit, dude.
Then maybe we'd go back to normal.
They're like, sorry guys, I couldn't bring my filters with me.
I hate reality. I fucking hate reality too, but shit.
Let's see.
You can do 2, because I just did like 3 fucking facts in a row there.
I'm about it. I love it. I love hearing you talk.
I hate my voice.
So Oxford University was established in 1096 AD. 230 years before the Aztec Empire was founded. Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
That doesn't make any sense, though. Like, one, how fucking old is Oxford?
1096 AD.
96?
AD.
That's... So they're like over 1,000... No. There'll be 1,000 years in 2096.
Crazy.
Right?
I have no idea.
Yeah. I think
can't
that's how
compute.
math works. Don't ask me, I'm a dumb white bitch.
But isn't that wild? Like, I don't know.
Well, because, like, I had a good fact at one point, but I forgot to write it down, but it tied in with that, where it was...
Like the 3 laws of motion.
Yeah, like, because...
They couldn't, and they
Is it
couldn't offer,
Isaac
like,
Newton?
calculus or
Was
some
it
shit.
Isaac Newton?
Mhm.
Yeah, he's the one who founded Oxford.
Really?
Right? Or no. Oxford was founded before he figured
Published?
out and published his laws of motion.
Oh, shit.
So and calculus too,
Yeah.
before he even invented the whole, like, curriculum for calculus.
Yeah.
So this university existed for, like, hundreds of years, not even teaching half the shit that they teach now because it wasn't even invented yet. Like, that's crazy.
insane.
Like, but that's...
How are you that old bitch?
That goes to show, like, I guess education is fucking important because a place for education existed before the education itself existed. Like, that's kind of crazy to think about. Like,
I'm not well right now.
I'm not good. I'm not okay.
Let's see. This one, like, I don't even know how to put this into words. Star Wars and the last execution via guillotine in France both took place in 1977.
That...
A New Hope was released May 25th, 1977. And Hamida... I should have figured out how to pronounce that. This is the second time in a row.
We'll edit in a Google pronunciation of it or something.
howtopronouncenames.com.
Yeah, don't worry.
But Hamida was executed on September 10th, 1977. So do you think they were like... Yeah. I wonder how fast, like, things went to VHS back then.
It wasn't fast.
Did you have time to watch it?
Oh, no. Oh, no.
You did.
Oh, no. No. He was definitely, like, because I doubt they would even put them into,
absolutely not.
No, they didn't. They don't have the death row that we have, I don't think. Not back then.
I have no idea. I don't even want to know.
It's the late 1977? That's not that long ago.
It's not.
I wouldn't picture people getting beheaded by guillotine while I'm sitting in a fucking theater watching... I mean, granted, I wasn't alive at the time, but...
But still,
there were people alive that were watching it in theaters, and
I wonder if,
on
like,
the
the
other side of the world, a
executioner,
fucking guillotine is dropping
yeah,
on a dude.
executioner, like, drops the
And he went
guillotine,
home
and
that
then he's
night.
like, yo, we got a movie showing at 7
I
o'clock.
guarantee you,
A
everybody
New
involved,
Hope, it's so
everybody involved in that
futuristic.
trial was like, hey, let's just wrap this up quick. Drop the thingy. We gotta go. We all got
Yeah.
tickets to fucking
Send
New
it.
Hope.
Yeah. France was always on another level too. So, like, especially with the executions, that
I
one's
went
crazy.
to Paris when I was a kid, and it was not the nicest city I've ever been to.
Really?
And the people were incredibly rude to us. Like, they hated us, but I've heard that from a lot of people that, like, specifically Parisians, not like all French people, but like a lot of people from Paris hate Americans.
And they're probably just so sick of the tourism.
That's what I feel like it is. It's a lot of like you're just sick of foreigners being in your country all the time.
Yeah.
Like, which I could get that now. Like, that's why I want
Well,
to
I'm
move to
sure, like,
Japan really
living
bad, but I
there-
feel bad that that entire country is just
Yeah.
a tourist destination for people. I was born there.
In Japan?
Yeah, I was born in Okinawa.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
My dad was stationed there when I was a kid.
Fair enough.
We
Fair
left when
enough.
I was 9 months old, so I don't remember shit. I want to go back so bad.
Just to, like, actually experience
Just to,
it.
I'm
That'd
sorry.
be awesome. No, you're not. I'm done. I finished my fact.
Oh, you
Yeah.
don't have another one?
I did too.
Okay.
Yeah.
The Ottoman Empire still existed when Paramount Studios was founded. The Ottoman Empire existed from 1300 to 1922, while Paramount was founded in 1912. So,
The same year the Titanic sinking.
was that?
Mm-hmm. Actually,
That's another one you don't. Oh, you have a fact about that,
I think I
don't
do.
you?
I thought I did.
I
could
thought you
have
did
swore I
too, because
did.
we had a. That's how we got on the whole Ocean Gate thing last time, because we were talking about there definitely being room on that fucking door.
Oh, here it is. It was actually my next one I was gonna do. Why? Ecstasy was invented that same year too, 1912.
Oh my god, that's right, 1912 was a poppin' year.
The industrial boom was slapping every avenue.
Just think about like, see, this is something that would be interesting if we actually had time machines, because we could go back to certain years and people would be like,
hey,
holy shit,
don't turn that way. Go that way.
all of this happened this year. Like, we always bitch about like, oh my god, so much happened in 2020. Everything possible happened in 2020. Look at 1912.
Yeah.
Look at 1889. Where the
Yeah.
fuck was that with the whole?
Yeah.
Every year is popping. I think humanity is just doomed.
I think it's just the fact that we have easier access to like information now, and like it's immediate, and the news outlets are constantly like, this happened and this happened and this happened. It's just being shoved down our throats. So
I'm
like,
sick of the media.
Back then they didn't have as immediate access to information and widespread access to information.
When I was telling you about that the Saint Olga of Kiev.
Yeah.
Like, how are you gonna murder 20 dudes, murder like another 500 dudes, and then march back to that capital before any word of you murdering half of their
Word of
fucking
mouth is pretty
entourage
slow
even gets
sometimes, yeah.
there?
Yeah.
Like, the army rolls up. Oh my god, that messenger got fired.
Really?
Yeah. He had to.
He probably got
He's
beheaded.
running up and he's like, oh,
He got beheaded.
the army's already here. The army's already
I
here.
should not have taken that
He's
extra
like
nap.
he's standing on the back of like 10,000 dudes like, hey guys, me here.
Get down. I can't wait for your episode on that, because like you telling me that, I was like, what? Like,
Dude,
I never knew about it.
She was insane. Like, that was
a bad
bitch. I get revenge. But that, I feel like,
Sadistic.
was a bit like the whole sieging the city for a year afterwards and then burning it to the ground. Like,
She was like,
why didn't
I'm
you
gonna
just do
take
that
what I
to
could get.
begin with?
I think she liked the idea of the like prolonged torture, especially because of what they did to her husband. But you'll go into it one day.
Yeah. That's a whole nother thing.
Yes.
But I think it's your go, right?
Okay.
Because I just did the Ottoman Empire one.
So, guess what two things happened June 18th, 2010?
2010. That's 2010.
I was a sophomore in high school,
Oh my God, I'm
junior in high school.
so old. I was already in the military. I joined the Air Force in 09.
Yeah, but if you think about it, I'm only, 4.5 years younger than you? Because
Are you 30?
I'm turning 30 in December.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I already thought you were 30.
Nope.
Girl, you're
I'm
so
a late
lucky.
93 baby.
You're so lucky.
Okay.
I'm so old. I might as well just have a fucking fake hip and a walker already.
I don't hear shit. 'Cause I got a fake leg. Not
You
really.
don't have a fake
I have a
leg.
titanium
You
leg.
have a fucking badass robot leg.
But so June 18th, 2010, Toy Story 3 premiered in theaters.
That's a good one. That was a
Right,
good one.
right. And the last death by firing squad in Utah happened.
Of course it's
His name was Ronnie Lee Gardner. I don't know what he did. I didn't look into it, but wild
What?
that Utah did the last firing squad.
You think he
Dead.
asked for that? Or is that just
Well,
their...
I'm sure that they were like, you can do lethal
Honestly, I
injection or
guess...
firing
Well,
squad.
no. What year was that?
2010. June
Was the
18th.
lethal injection around then?
Probably. Guaranteed.
Yeah, I
I'm
guess
sure
that
that
makes
like
sense.
before that became the standard, I'm sure you could like pick your option.
Well, that's what I was thinking. Like, you had the choice between the electric chair and firing squad. Because,
Yeah.
like, the electric square...
Electric square. The electric slide. The cha-cha slide.
Oh my God, you're killing me. The Macarena.
Right. Let's party before I kick it, boys.
We just start dancing. I feel like the electric chair was not a guaranteed method of execution.
I have no idea. I'm pretty sure that's
Well, there was more times than not where
no?
the person was not killed by it. They were just like crippled, like their brain was fried and they weren't there anymore, but their body was still...
Well, and that's like where it comes into do we do it again? Because they didn't die.
Do I flip the
Like,
switch again? It
but-
already smells in here.
like, pull the lever. Like, but is it like we technically already executed them once? Is it barbaric to do it again, or is it
I feel
barbaric to
like
not
It was barbaric to do
see
it.
it through?
It was barbaric to do it in the first place.
Oh, absolutely. But like, I don't know. That's just how I think about it. Like, what do they do in those cases?
I don't know. I have no idea.
Yeah.
I don't even want to think about it because
fries
like
them.
that, I couldn't even imagine having that job. Like, how do you choose to be an executioner?
Or if it's not a choice and they're just kind of
Oh.
like, it's random or I don't know.
I don't know. I couldn't. That's
Yeah,
all I
no,
know.
absolutely
I couldn't.
not.
I don't think I could do it at all.
What do you got for me?
I'm actually kind of running out of facts already.
Okay.
On Mercury, a single day lasts 59 Earth days. And that's a hard fact to figure out, I guess, because I saw one once that told me it was like 76 days or 107
Yeah, I
days or
feel
something,
like
and
we
now
had
it's
to
59.
research that
Yeah.
fact like 3 different times to make
Yeah,
sure we
and
were
the
getting
numbers
it right.
changed
It's
every
different
time
every
I
time.
found it. So,
Yeah, so I was like, is this even real?
What are you doing to me?
What is
How
happening?
do we trust, like, and I say this because I'm somebody who, like, firmly trusts a lot of science. Like, I believe in science. I think it's...
I don't think the science behind it is wrong. I think maybe just the sources we were using were incorrect.
wrong. Yeah, that's true. Because it is all
So
shit
you
we found
gotta
on
you
the
gotta
internet.
check. Yeah.
I feel like we're already gonna have a comment or something in this fucking video that's like, this shit didn't really happen. Just because you saw it on the internet doesn't make it real.
I'll battle. I don't
Fucking
care.
fight me, bitch.
Yeah. Okay. The Wizard of Oz premiered August 25th, 1939. On September 1939, September 1st, I'm sorry, the Nazis invaded Poland.
Dude,
So, what, 6 days after?
yeah. People are still talking about it, probably. Like, oh my god, did you see when it transitioned from black and white to color?
What the
Like, they
hell?
weren't in fucking Kansas anymore?
Huh.
Yeah, there's Nazis
They're in Poland.
Yeah, fuck them, dude. We're fucking isolationists. We don't give a shit.
Crazy.
They would, I don't know. I didn't like America back then. And
I don't like America at all.
Oh, I don't like it now. Yeah. I served in this military, so I can firmly say, and I'm allowed to, fuck this country and fuck this government and fuck this military because it's all fucking bullshit. Fucking
It's
greedy
all
military complex.
ass.
I guess I got another. This one always cracks me up because Pluto, legit. I don't know why. I always had an emotional connection to that planet. I don't know why. I literally don't know why. It was always my favorite planet whenever we learned of solar systems. But it wasn't even able to complete one full rotation around the sun between its time of discovery and its time of declassification.
That's so sad.
Right?
She was like, I'm still trekking though.
I'm doing my thing, but you're not a planet, bitch. You're not a planet.
After what? Like, how long was it that it was classified?
I should have wrote those days down, but I didn't.
Oh.
I will say that it takes roughly 248 Earth years for it to orbit the sun. So I think it's still not even close to being done with its first full rotation since we've discovered it. Obviously,
right.
That planet's been spinning for
however long,
millions of years. But
that's wild.
I just think that's so funny that I guess it was still I think it was 100 years or something in between the time of its discovery and the time of its declassification. But
yeah, because I remember they did that when we were kids, right? Or I
very much remember.
Were you middle school?
I'm pretty sure it was middle school, maybe late middle school, early high school when they.
I was either elementary or middle.
They came out and they were like, Pluto's no longer a planet. And I was like, I've been taught this my entire. That was the first time I really kind of doubted.
Like, should I gotten an F on my science, solar?
Imagine all those kids that were doing space dioramas and they forgot to
fail
add Pluto and they got failed, and then they were like, "No, dude, I was just fucking ahead of the time.
I already knew this shit.
I knew. You fuckers didn't know."
Oh my gosh, poor Pluto.
I know.
We still love you.
I have a shirt that says, "It's okay, Pluto. I'm not a planet either."
Yeah. Very true. We're not.
Sometimes.
Shut up.
You shut up.
Thomas Edison died October 18th, 1931, 4 days after slipping into a coma. He had a ton of health issues.
Oh yeah.
Anyway, the Empire State Building was their construction was completed May 1st, 1931. So 5 months before Edison died.
I highly doubt he had even knew what was going on with that.
Yeah, I have no idea.
How many health issues he had.
Poor buddy.
But that's just crazy to think about. That so they were using his lights that they invented, that he invented to
I wonder seeing that pop off in itself. Imagine the feeling of being I did that.
Right.
Imagine
just living around that time, going from
dark to light.
Yeah, having no light. Well, you had some lights, but it was very limited because you had to conserve oil or wax or whatever. Mm-hmm. Then all of a sudden you have this electric light in your fucking house.
Imagine bringing him back and him seeing what it's like today. Oh my
god, dude.
He would be like, what? Take him up in a plane.
Oh, dude.
At night?
Vegas at night, his head would fucking explode.
Yeah. Send him right back into a coma.
I don't know. You gotta think, what makes
what did Nikola Tesla think? Or, yeah. Exactly. Yeah, it's wild.
It's fucking nuts.
I have one more for you, if you want to hear it.
Yes,
do you have any more?
I do. I have one more, but it's
perfect.
A one, so.
Go ahead. Pop off.
It's another space one, though, but it's... the light from the sun takes 8 minutes and 20 seconds to reach us.
It's just a baby.
It's just... The sun's not a baby.
No, it's not.
It's a big baby.
Just wait. I wonder if there'll ever be a day, in our lifetime when it just decides to, take a nap.
Luckily,
it's you know what, I'm done.
they have a lot of hypotheses about, how it would all end, but if the sun was to ever start to, change enough to where we would notice it, we would already be dead.
That's fair. Absolutely.
That's what a lot of people don't realize is like,
or spontaneously combust.
this planet exists in what a lot of people call, like, what a lot of scientists consider the Goldilocks zone,
Okay.
where, like, quite literally, I can't remember what the exact numbers are, but it's like fucking a couple miles closer to the sun, and it would be a fucking
We're in
scorched
that
earth. We
perfect.
are literally in that, like, and a couple miles further away from the sun, and we're frozen wasteland, and like,
Yeah.
no humans can survive. But we are in that perfect
Little
fucking
cusp.
space,
Huh.
right close enough, but right far enough away.
I don't know why I did that. I'm sorry. I don't know why I did it again. I was saying cusp, but I was like, it was like a cupping a ball. My bad, friend. My bad.
That's so fucking funny.
Shouldn't have brought any attention to it.
You
Would have
really
been.
just you brought it again, and then you brought it again, and you're like, and now I can't stop doing it. That's so fucking
Just like
great.
the repetitive. I don't know.
I don't know either. It's whatever. All right, hit me with your last facts.
Okay, so this kind of like piggybacks into what we were talking about a little bit earlier when we mentioned like Isaac Newton's 3 laws of motion.
Uh-huh.
That was published 5 years before the Salem witch trials.
Really?
Yeah. What the fuck is time?
It's an irrelevant
Man-made
construct.
concept. Yeah.
It's literally like,
Let's
imagine
go back to sundials, okay? Because
imagine
I don't
how
care if it's
different-
12:02.
just imagine how different every day of our lives would be if we didn't structure it around a very small time frame of 24
And allow
hours.
it to stress us out the way that it does.
Oh, absolutely. Like the number of times I've literally like sat there like crying for the last hour of a day because I'm like, I have to fucking go to bed and wake up and go back to that fucking shithole job tomorrow.
Yeah.
Like,
It just makes you.
yeah. Or like
It
my
just
dad,
stresses you out.
they got this really nice clock from Germany where like it chimes every hour and like this bird pokes out and these
How freaking cute
cute
little cuckoo clock.
well, yeah.
I love that for you.
And he hates it because it literally goes off all the time, and he's like, that fucking clock is just ticking down every hour of my life, and I'm just like, you're the one who fucking got it. Jesus.
What a morbid way to look at it.
Yeah, like
Here's
literally.
the thing: is we only have forever, and that's not long at all.
Well, honestly, like that's the whole, like, life is long and short at like the same time. Like I've already, like, I feel like so much that I wasted 30 something years of my life living the way that I had to, but I then think that I have another 30, 40 years if I'm lucky ahead of me, and that's a long fucking time.
Well, and that's like what's scary is like as we're saying like, oh, we don't have a lot of time, we also have so much freaking time that we don't even know how much it is.
It's like we for the so many times we just break our lives down into entire years as just
a fraction.
Numbers. Yeah, like fucking 30 years gone like that, but break down each one of those years and how much shit happened in it.
Yeah.
How many
It goes
days.
by so slow, but so fast.
Yeah. Well, like, look at it. It's fucking almost July 1st already. Yeah. If we're lucky, we'll have this posted by then. No promises. Don't hold me to that.
We're working on it. Okay, we're trying.
We're working.
It is a learning process.
And it's
you
hard,
will be with us
especially
throughout
when,
this journey.
We don't have a producer right now. We don't have
Damn it,
sponsors.
Gregory.
We don't have anything like other than us doing this right now. So
it's just a fun hobby. I mean, like we already talk anyway. Might as well like record it.
Yeah, might as well just stick some fucking mics in our faces.
Yeah. If you learn something, you learn something. If you have fun, you have fun. If you don't like it, you can turn it off.
Yeah, please. Like, feel free to just leave. You don't have to make a nasty comment on the way out.
Right. Yes.
Love you. Bye.
On that note, I think we got through everything. Where can they find you on social media?
Oh, well, the only one I really use is my Insta, and I guess it's imonroebot, lowercase I, capital MONROEBOT.
Right.
Yeah, I post there pretty frequently.
Okay. I'm pretty much really only ever on Facebook. We also have a Facebook page and an Instagram page. Instagram is the Laundry Room, a podcast official, or the official Laundry Room podcast. I don't know. You'll find it. Just look for us.
We'll have the links in the video.
Yeah, we'll have the link in the description. And then our Facebook is The Laundry Room a Podcast. So
What's your Facebook though?
What's mine?
Yeah.
Taylor Cordova. My bad.
Oh, well, I guess I thought it was freaking bad, but that's your Instagram.
Yep, that's my Instagram. But I'm never on there.
Yeah.
It's very rare. And if I am, it's like viewing a couple people's stories and I'm out.
I send you so many memes on Instagram.
I have so many messages from like you and a couple of my other friends.
I feel like
of videos.
I feel like a weirdo sometimes.
I feel like an asshole because I like see like the
that's
message
how I feel about your Snapchat
bubble.
Now I opened up Snapchat the other night and you sent me like 6 videos that I hadn't even seen. I was like,
but it was just plant shit. It's fine. It's
I love
fine.
your videos, though. You're the fucking crazy plant mom. I love it.
Yes. But yeah, so we hope that you guys like and subscribe and
share, please.
Share with your friends. That would be fantastic. And
hopefully we will have another episode out hopefully
pretty soon.
Next couple weeks if we're lucky.
Fingers crossed. We're going to do everything we can.
If you have any ideas or suggestions, please leave those down below. Yeah. We're always trying to come up with more.
That reminds me, we do also have a Gmail.
Oh,
The Laundry Room a Podcast at gmail.com. You can send listener tales, I guess. I don't know what to call them. Suggestions for episodes and everything. Yeah. Anything that you would like to hear, just let us know. And we will compile a list and see where it goes.
Hopefully.
Yep.
Hopefully you guys like this. Thank you so much for listening.
Peace!